had that glow. You know, the one you have when you meet the love of your life at a wedding in Hawaii, and he wants to make you his forever. The one you have when you know that nothing can go wrong at 36. Well, it only took 3 little words to dim my light. I felt like I was jumped in a game, given these colors, the color pink. I soon learned there was nothing pretty in pink. Managing the ebbs and flows after a breast cancer diagnosis was never ending. Our life together was just beginning, but we had no future in sight. I'm now standing here in my chemo glow, willing to share my moments, because I soon learned that the glow doesn't define me. I define the glow. Hi, guys, and welcome to Chemo Glow, where the glow doesn't define me, I define the glow. Guys, we just did the kickoff for American Cancer Society, and I asked Kristen to stay over so we could talk a little bit about her why, because I had no idea that we shared so much in common. So, guys, we just decided to do it. We took a quick 5-minute break, and then we said we're going to jump on. And she is going to be my guest tonight, and I'm so happy to have you. Welcome. You got to turn my phone is on. Oh, is that what's going on? Something is going on. Wait a minute. Guys, do we have an echo? If you're in the comment section, let me know if we have an echo. Because I see we have only like 2 people on, but let me know who you are. Something's playing. Is yours on? It might be. Let's see. This is why we like live shows, so we can see what's going on. All right, we're good. You sure? You know what's crazy is that I have my producer over off to the side, and he is not liking this feedback that we got going on here, but it's okay. So go ahead and tell me about your why.
Awesome. Thank you, Regina, for having me. First and foremost, our event was so fun. We did such a great job. I'm so proud of us. So my why, so April of 2015, 6 months before my wedding, I got to hear those words, "You have cancer." And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know where to start. All I knew is I was getting married in 6 months, and that's what I told the doctor. I said, "We got 6 months to take care of this." And she said, "Honey, you need to change your wedding date." And I said, "Honey, I'm not changing anything." So during chemo session number 1, I planned my honeymoon. I said, if I'm not doing anything else, I will get married at the courthouse and we will go on a honeymoon. And so anyway, that was planned first before anything else. But I was just engaged at the time. I was enjoying celebrating engagement and planning the wedding and just enjoying every ounce of it. And unfortunately, this got in the way a little bit, but you know, I did chemo. I did several rounds of chemo, lost all of my hair, got married with a wig on.
Did you?
I did. Did my surgery 3 weeks before our wedding. I actually had a blood clot in my leg where they wanted to amputate my leg the week before my wedding. And you have to advocate for yourself because
yes,
they wanted to amputate my leg. And looking back, had I let that happen, I have no issues with my leg now. And my husband was there every step of the way. We got married. I was advised not to go on my honeymoon, but I went anyway because I don't listen. And then we got back. I did my radiation and then did another year of chemo. And my husband, like I said, was there every step of the way. It created an extreme intense bond between us. And my dad as well. My dad was also one of my great caretakers, and a ton of friends and family and coworkers and colleagues. Everybody was just so amazing. And so, I've never looked at it as why me. I've always looked at it as if I can go through this journey, come out on the other side and help support one person through their journey, it was worth it. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but I've been able to talk to several people who've been diagnosed and help them through the start of their journey. And that made it all worth it in the end.
And you work, where do you work at?
I work for my eye doctor. I've been in the industry for 19 years.
Okay.
And they were extremely, extremely supportive during this entire process.
And going through chemotherapy, did you have the flutters of the eyes? Did you have anything go on with your eyesight at that time?
I had, you name the side effect, Regina, and I had it. You can ask my husband. He's like, we didn't read that anywhere. That shouldn't be happening. I'd call the doctor and she's like, it's like a very less than 1% chance of this happening to people. I mean, you name it, Regina, I got it. I got shingles with it. I got crazy eyesight. I got blood clots. My hair loss was almost instantaneous. I mean, you name the side effect, and then you name the ones that hardly ever happen, and that's what happened. So, yeah, I mean, you name it, it was there.
That was me. I was in hospital, I believe, twice for blood clots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up falling out, and they were like, yeah, you have a blood clot. Oh, on top of cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, on top of
Thank
cancer.
you.
I have the blood clot. Oh, it only happens in 1%. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Guess what? I don't want to be special anymore.
Well, we're special, so, it happens to us.
It happens only to us. Now, going through all this, you said that your community was good with your work, with your husband. Now, me being newly diagnosed, we were married on April 3rd, and then on April 19th, I was on the table.
Wow.
Our wedding was supposed to be in June, and my whole community, because I used to have a couple of coffee shops, they came together, they made it happen. And when we're diagnosed, whoever's around us is going through that. Am I messing up my mic? Am I good, Josh? Okay. Because I keep slapping it over here and stuff. But going through all that with your work, what do you take from that, your resources, being an advocate of your care, which is so important to do?
Yeah.
Were you ever told no, or that's just in your head? It's just one of the side effects.
Yeah, you're told all kinds of different things, and then you're not told all kinds of different things. After my first chemo treatment, I ended up in the hospital because I went strawberry picking. Didn't know that you can't touch fresh fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
And it caused me to be extremely, I believe the term was neutropenic, if I'm not mistaken. And I was in the hospital for a week, but they don't tell you that.
No.
There are things that they tell you and things that they don't tell you, and things that they tell you will happen that don't happen, and things that happen that they don't tell you will happen. And so you just never know. I think, again, being an extreme advocate for yourself, not being afraid to reach out and calling the doctor if something is wrong. I think also doing your own research. But then I also think, that's why I got involved with Making Strides is none of those resources were told to me going through it. I was invited by Cindy, who was just on our last show. And it opened my eyes to all of the resources that are actually out there.
Yes.
There's free wigs for women who are in need, who can't afford it. There are free makeup classes because girl, doing your makeup without any facial hair, eyebrows, eyelashes, you name it. It's so different. But those are things that they don't tell you. And so I didn't know any of those resources, which is why when I got to Making Strides and I learned all of them, again, I'm like, man, I got to tell everybody because there are so many resources. There is a resource to take you to and from the hospital for treatment. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
For granted,
free.
I had a ride. Yeah, for free. They will put up your caregiver in a hotel overnight for free.
For free.
So there are just all these things that people don't tell you, unfortunately. And I think as a community of survivors, I think that's where we step in.
Yeah.
And that's where we say, I got your back.
I got you.
Or I'll guide you in the right direction. Or, you know what? I got you. Get on my shoulders and let's do it together.
Yes, and your fashion show event. I don't have any pictures up here, but your fashion show event. Who is this right here? Is this your person?
That is my husband, Adam.
What are you saying no to, Adam?
You're asking about the feedback.
Oh, okay. There's no feedback. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm a little late to the show, but I appreciate it. Adam, you play around and I'm going to put you on the screen. Please don't play. I would love to have you come on. Thank you, Adam. You are one of our 2 guests, so we appreciate that. your feedback. But the fashion show.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel walking in? Because you look beautiful in the blue.
It made you feel amazing. Anna was talking about you lose a lot of confidence, and I won't sugarcoat it. I lost a lot of confidence. And I've always been a pretty confident person. But you lose it all, hair is a defining feature for women. Makeup is a defining feature. And all of those things. And when you don't have those things, it's really hard to find the beauty in yourself, unfortunately, because you look in the mirror and it's a different person. But when I walked down that fashion show in that amazing blue dress that had pockets, mind you, which was awesome. I should have bought the dress. They did my makeup, and I, didn't do much to my hair because it was grown back at that point, but still kind of, nothing to it. But it was so fun, and the crowd cheering you on, and my husband and my dad and several friends were in the front row, and screaming and making me laugh, and I had on these amazing shoes and this amazing dress, and you just feel so incredible. And I think it was at that point where I finally thought, like, okay, you can be beautiful after cancer.
Beautiful. You can, and you know what? I think I do have a picture of you. Let me see if I can find this picture right quick, because you did look so beautiful. So what did you think about the event tonight?
I thought it was great.
How nervous were you?
I was so nervous. I don't know how you podcast people do this. But I was so nervous, but I think our energy was amazing together.
Yes.
We did a great thing. We rallied everybody together, which was the point of it. And I'm excited to see all those people show up on October 23rd.
Yes, and we have to be there. It starts at what?
7:30.
7:30, but they're asking people to come in.
Be there at 7.
Be there at 7.
Yeah.
And I am so mad that I cannot find what you sent me the other day. But that is okay, because I'm going to have you back on. But there was no way I was going to let you leave here without joining me tonight and our 3 people who are on. Guys, make a comment. Let me know who you are. I have seen 2 hearts, a thumbs up. Let me know
3
who you are.
Who are you? Come on.
Who are you? I know I have Adam here. And having a strong support system. Because a lot of my friends and family, they would say the wrong things about, I can't believe he stayed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why shouldn't he?
Yeah.
And then I realized that during this fight and what you're going through, a lot of people don't stay.
It's funny you say that, Regina. I mean, I told my husband several times to leave.
Did you?
I did. We weren't married yet, and I thought, why should he have to deal with all of this? It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that you forget going through it is they're going through it too.
Yeah.
You forget that. And my husband went through it as well. And he was angry and sad and upset and advocating for me as well.
Yes.
And you forget that you're not alone, and they're going through it. While they're not going through the chemo and the radiation and the surgery, they're still dealing with everything that's involved with it. And that's something you forget. And, people always ask me, what can I say to somebody that was diagnosed? Nothing. There's nothing you can say.
Yeah.
And as crazy as it sounds, there's literally nothing you can say to make them feel better. You just have to be there.
You have to be
there. Let them cry. Let them scream. Let them shout. That's all you can do.
Exactly. Eugenia here says, ladies, we rock. I love her. She was part of the Sister Network.
Awesome.
And she was always, just there, just being a light. And if I ever need her, even now, she's in a whole different state, a couple of states away, she will make sure that she's there for me. And we meet people through this.
Yes.
So who are some important people? I know you can't name all of them.
Oh, my goodness.
But Cindy, she was on.
Yeah, Cindy was on tonight. I've kept up with Anna since our fashion show and time together. There's another lady, Angela, that I've met at the fashion show that we keep in touch with. There's all the ELT members.
Yeah.
I mean, we volunteered for these few months every year, and sometimes we don't stay connected throughout the other months, right? Because life happens and gets in the way. But when we do see each other, it's like we saw each other yesterday.
Exactly.
Linda Flair, again, she's so amazing and fun. She is the one that kind of heads up the fashion show.
Really? I'm going to have her on.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Reach out to her and let her know I need to
Linda
have her on.
Linda needs to be on. She's awesome. But just people. Just people. People through people. People reach out often at work and say, I know somebody who was diagnosed. And, you know, my first response is always give them my phone number.
Yeah.
Give them my phone number. Tell them to reach out to me if they're comfortable, because it's easier to talk to somebody who understands than to talk to somebody who's never experienced it.
And when you hear those words, I felt like I was jumped in a gang, and they were like, here, throw up pink.
Yeah.
Here you go. All the pink in the world. You know.
And I don't like pink.
I hate pink.
I hate pink.
But I understand the power of pink.
Yes.
And because of making strides against breast cancer, and one of my dear friends, Talanya Pickney, she's the one that told me about making strides.
Yeah.
She's the one that pulled me in to volunteer. And now she is somewhere else in another state, but she still cheers me on. Oh my goodness. What else are we saying here? We are not alone. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and let them help you.
Let them help. That's huge.
How hard was that for you?
That was so hard, because I've always been very independent. But, you know, I will tell you, when somebody says, what can I do? You know, don't say, what can I do? Just say, I'm going to do.
Exactly.
And that meant so much. I had a girlfriend of mine reach out, and she said, I'm not going to ask you what I can do, because you'll tell me nothing.
Yeah.
But she said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And she listed these things, and she did them, and it was great. And it's, you know, you never feel like you want to be a burden to somebody or anything like that. But you're right. Let them help you.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, I need help, because it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
I made sure that I took care of, like, any resource. I had my house clean for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. For free, 3 months. And then after I was out of treatment, I went to call, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I can't. Yeah. $450, I'm good.
Yeah, thank you, but I'll pass.
I'm good, but thank you for all the time that you did
Yeah.
that, even from the yoga to meditation. I know right now we're in lockdown.
Yeah.
Right? When I say lockdown, we're out and about, but still our minds.
Yeah.
We're still thinking about, you know, we're not moving like we did before.
Right.
So what are some things that you can say to someone who is going through cancer right now with COVID,
Yeah.
you know, over their head?
You know, it's probably harder now, right? I can't imagine going through it now. But what I will tell you, and my advice that I give everybody is, keep your life the same. Keep it moving. Keep work the same. Keep your friends the same. Go outside and still walk if you enjoy walking. If you want to go to the park, go to the park. The more you keep your life normal, it helps you get through that unnormal time, right? So do everything you can to just keep everything moving in the same direction as it was before you heard those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are now in a new home. We moved in at the same, like, I learned
We're living the
everything.
same life,
Same
Regina.
life. I learned about 2 hours ago. And then during the broadcast, what was going on. So the fact that you're in a new home, you're in a new marriage, because it took about 5 years after the diagnosis to say, okay, now we can have a honeymoon.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to celebrate your 5 years?
Oh, gosh.
Or what have you done?
Well, we bought a new house. We've bought a new car. I celebrated 40. I mean, you name it.
Wow.
You know, my husband and I both were very big on living life. And we, you know, well, yes, material things are nice, and a new house is amazing, and we love it. But we really love experiences. And so we love to travel. We just got back from Nashville on Sunday night.
Yes.
We went to Vegas for my birthday. We've gone to Dominican and Mexico and Jamaica, and you know, we've traveled all over, and that's one thing, we travel well together. We create memories and experiences, and you know, we're just going to continue to do that.
Yes.
COVID or no COVID, you know, I'm not going to, listen, I beat cancer. I'm not letting COVID get in the way of me enjoying life.
Exactly.
And I use that card a lot, right? My husband will say, you don't need that. I'm like, but I beat cancer. And he's always like, I got nothing.
Look, I'll pull out the cancer card in a heartbeat.
Yeah, right, girl, all the time.
If I can't use it, then, you know, why the heck did
All
I
the
go
time.
through it?
All the
the time.
He'll tell me, like, oh, you can't keep using that. I'm like, you can't disagree with that.
No, you can't.
So, yeah.
You've seen me go through it, so you understand.
Yeah.
And some of the things that the protocols for COVID, when you had to wear the mask, we had to do that. When you couldn't eat, we had to do that.
Yeah.
When you couldn't be around the community, we had to do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then even some of the side effects from it, where they have a mental fog. I don't know if you ever dealt with chemo
Oh, gosh,
brain.
I have chemo brain still.
Yes.
Still.
And we had
Girl, I mean, I got the script and I still was like, I don't know what I'm saying. You know, I'll go through moments and, you know, if any of my friends ever see this, they'll laugh at me, and my husband, Adam, will as well. But I'll start talking and I will stop mid-sentence and I'm like, what is that word?
Yep.
Or I can't figure it out. And it's usually something so simple. And it aggravates me because I like to think I'm well educated and a good speaker, but it stays. It doesn't, it gets better. But it doesn't fully go away. And so you always have those moments where you're like, hold on, it'll come to me, or it doesn't come, or whatever. Yeah. But the chemo brain is a real thing.
It is so real.
It's a real thing. And I remember working, and it was one day after treatment, and to your point, I just felt like I was in this fog, and my boss came to visit at work, and he was talking, and he left, and I thought, I don't know what he just said to me.
Yep.
I have no idea what he said to me. But it's a real thing. And again, it's something they don't tell you.
They don't tell you about it.
They don't tell you.
My husband and I have a signal when we're in, amongst other people and we have stuff going on. If I don't understand the conversation, it's not because I don't understand it. It's like, wonk, 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 wonk.
Yes.
I'll point to my ear.
Oh, okay.
And so when I do that, he'll say it again or he'll jump in. And it was because it was so uncomfortable because it's a simple word.
Yeah.
The word could be it. And I'd be like, what's that word?
Yes.
And it's only it. So guys, we go through this and everybody thinks when your hair grows back and your eyebrows grow back, or you do like me, you tint them suckers.
Yeah.
Because mine never grew back.
Girl, I draw mine on every morning. Don't worry.
You do a very good job.
Thank you.
Because mine said, peekaboo, they're not coming back, right? But that's why I do Chemo Glow. Because the glow doesn't define me. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I define my glow.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure one of my dog.
It's the dog again.
My dog.
It's poor Maggie.
It's Maggie.
It's okay, Maggie.
And it's okay because this is why we do live shows, But I want to thank you so much for joining me. I will have you on when I officially launch my new brand. But Perfect. Guys, you've seen the actual intro, and I'm just excited that I got a chance to meet you.
Yes.
During Making Strides Against Breast Cancer.
New friends.
And I will see you again on October 23rd.
Yes.
At 7 o'clock, we'll be out there volunteering.
Yes.
And we might even bring StreamYard with us. So
Absolutely.
Guys, I want to thank you. I also want to thank Josh.
Thank you, Josh. You're amazing.
Y'all should see our setup. I mean, we have
he is amazing. We could not have done half of tonight without
Can you see my
him.
mic? I don't have this mic. This is not mine. All right.
He's amazing.
We have 2 of those going on. But guys, just remember that the glow doesn't define you. You define the glow. I appreciate you. Goodbye. Good night.
Bye. Thank you, Regina.